Hi, in this video I will show you how to create free energy. I'm just kidding. I will show you how to make energy harvesting. As you can see here, I am holding here a Peltier module, which is a thermoelectrical generator. It has a plus side and a minus side. With this module, you can use electrical power to create heat and cold at each side, or as the topic in this video will be, you can create, you can actually make energy harvesting. If you put one side heat and the other side cold, this module will create electricity, and with this electricity I will charge my phone. So let's start. So I cut a metal surface to put my Peltier modules on it. The reason I did that because I want the heat from the candles to become even on all surfaces so that these Peltier modules don't have unbalanced and each of them can work fine. And I am placing them in series. This is important. The reason I did that because the Peltier modules don't have enough high output voltage. By putting them in series, I am increasing it so that I can charge my phone, which is around 5 volts. And I solder all of the wires in series as well. Then I connected a buck boost converter to make the 5 volt output stable. And I also use the USB cable, USB to Type C, to charge my phone. As you can see, I have my USB-C cable output also here. Now, the important part. When you are using a buck boost converter, you need to calibrate potentiometer so that you need to set your output voltage. As you can see, it's now around 5.7 and I am decreasing it to 5 volt to not hurt my phone, because my phone needs 5 volt stable voltage to charge. This is important because the batteries love using constant current, constant charge methods. And as you can see, even though I change my DIY power supply output, the output voltage 5 volt doesn't change. So now I am making all candles lights. I will use 8 of them to create enough heat so that I can actually have a nice output voltage to charge my phone. Because as you know, charging a phone is much different than making an LED turn on. LED only needs around 2.5 to 3 volts, but my phone needs constant 5 volts. So I am doing the last 2 of them. You can actually also use 6 candles or 4 candles as well. It would work, but I like it like this because I have place. So after that, I am placing a cover like this so that I can put my Peltier module on it. So I don't want my Peltier modules to burn, because if I put them directly on the heat without like too close, it will also start burning. First, I used something like this, cold water, but it wasn't actually enough to make my boost converter work. So what I did instead is using an ice instead of a glass, because it makes the Peltier modules, the other side, much cold, and as you can see, I have a constant 5 volt output. So you see, everything is connected to buck boost converter, nothing is connected to other electricity source. And as you can see, when I plug it in, my mobile phone starts to charge. And as you can see, now I plug it out, you can see it's 27% not charging. When I plug it again, as you can see, it again starts to charge. Now let's look at an LED. Because we will light an LED, turn on an LED, we can't use 5 volts. So I am setting my buck boost converter to around 2.5 volts. It's really important, otherwise, even though the current is too low, because of 5 volt, you may be
like make this LED burn. So be careful. As you see, I made it 2.6, and now I am connecting my LED ground to ground, the same USB cables. I actually use these USB cables, these not USB cables, this black and red wires, so that I can measure my output voltage with the multimeter. And the plus side red to plus side of LED, and as you can see, the LED turns on. So uh, let's look it in the dark as well, so you can see a little bit better, like this.
So this was the end of the video. As you have saw, I actually charge my phone using Peltier modules. So converting thermal energy to electrical energy. You might ask why we don't use them more common. The problem is that the output of power is really low. So it will take forever to charge a phone like this. So it's much more of a survival situation scenario that you can use some sort of type of module like this if you don't have access to electricity. And one more thing, even though you might think that this is free energy, it's actually not. Because there is the heat of the candles which burns, which means there is power in those heats. And also for the cold side, I'm using ice, like when you put on your shoulder or like arm if it's broken. And it will also take fridge to give power in order to make this thing colder. So it's not in the room temperature. But for example, if you have a place that it has an oven and you always need to start oven, you can use that energy to convert this thermal energy, this waste of energy, to convert to electrical energy. But the problem is that, as I told you before, these modules are $2 per each, a little bit expensive, and these are not the best ones. And also, the problem is, even though you can do something like that, the amount of power you will be energy harvesting, not free energy, as I told you, will be a little bit low. So thank you for watching the video and don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. Have a nice day.